What's good, YouTube? It's your homie Pitch Black, back with another reaction. I heard of some things going on in Phoenix Suns. But so you know I had to tune into the homie Flight Mike to let me know what's going on in these NBA streets. Without further ado, like, comment, subscribe, share the vibe. Let's go.
Charlotte Hornets are trading center Mark Williams to the Phoenix Suns for tonight's 29th pick and a 2029 first-round pick.
What on earth are the Phoenix Suns doing? Giving up a first-round pick in 2029 for Mark Williams.
Just 4 days after trading Kevin Durant, and I mean literally 4 days, the Phoenix Suns just pulled off another blockbuster move that nobody saw coming. But here's the thing that's got everyone talking. This trade might either be genius or it could be one of the biggest mistakes the Phoenix Suns have ever made. And by the end of this video, you're going to be able to come to your own conclusion about it. Before we get to the content, make sure you drop like, subscribe.
Phoenix is, state, but see, people don't realize that Phoenix still got Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. They still got both of them. And they just brought in Jalen Green and a big man. Phoenix might be in it last thing.
And turn on our notifications to get the latest NBA news to your device. We've been dropping so many videos on you guys that you may not even get notifications for them. So in that case, I highly recommend you follow us on Instagram, X, or check out our Patreon in the description down below so you can stay up to date with the latest NBA news to your device. And now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro.
Yeah, Phoenix might be tough, bro. I like what they doing over there.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Just hours ago on draft night, Shams broke some crazy news for us. Breaking: the Charlotte Hornets are trading center Mark Williams to the Phoenix Suns for the number 29 pick and a 2029 first-round pick. Now, if you're thinking, wait, didn't Phoenix just trade Kevin Durant? Doesn't this move make it seem like the Suns are still trying to compete? That's exactly what it is, and that's why it's so surprising. 4 days ago, ESPN reported that Phoenix traded Kevin Durant to Houston for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the 10th pick, and 5 second-round picks. The Suns used that.
Listen, if constructed right now, you put Bradley Beal at the 1, Devin Booker at the 2. No, you put Jalen Green at the 2 because Jalen Green is 6'4". So you put Jalen Green at the 2, Devin Booker at the 3, Dylan Brooks at the 4, Williams at the 5. That's solid. That's a solid 5, ladies and gentlemen. That's a solid 5.
That 10th overall pick to draft another center from Duke. So now they've got 2 young centers, and one of them has an injury history that literally made the Los Angeles Lakers run away from the trade. The Lakers looked at Mark Williams and said,
hey, you know what? I know that trading for you would give us an opportunity to compete this year, but we don't really trust you making it to the playoffs anyway.
So let me tell you about Mark Williams, because this dude is either going to be the steal of the decade, the biggest mistake.
Yeah, because that's the dude the Lakers was trying to get. That's the guy the Lakers was trying to get. Remember when they was trying to send Dalton Connect to Charlotte? They were trying to get Buddy, but it just didn't go through.
That the Lakers have ever made, or the biggest risk that Phoenix has ever taken. He's a 23-year-old 7-footer from Duke who, when he's healthy, looks like the next dominant center in this league. This past season, Williams put up 15.3 points, 10 rebounds, and shot a ridiculous 60.4% from the field. He dropped a career-high 31 points against Utah this season. When you look at his per 36-minute numbers, we're talking about a guy who projects to be 20.7 points and 13.8 rebounds per game. But there's a catch, and this this is why Mark Williams is such a risky player to trade for. In his 3-year NBA career, Mark Williams has played just 106 games out of a possible 246. That's only 43.1% availability, guys. This man has missed more games than he's played. And that's why on February of 2025, when the Los Angeles Lakers were desperate for a center, they agreed to trade Dalton Knecht, Cam Reddish, a 2031 first-round pick, and a pick swap for Mark Williams. The trade gets announced, Laker fans are hyped, Mark Williams is packing his bags for LA, and then a few days later, ESPN reports that the Lakers rescinded the trade. They failed Williams on his physical and just straight up said,
we don't really want him anymore. We'd rather lose in the first round to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And ESPN's Jeff Schwartz breaks down the Williams plea. The overwhelming sentiment after conferring with multiple nationally recognized doctors is that the Lakers should not have failed Mark Williams on his physical. Williams himself was not having it. Fox Sports reported that he basically said the Lakers had buyer's remorse and just got cold feet. Now when the Lakers got eliminated from the playoffs, Williams went full savage mode on social media with Simpsons memes clowning them, and I honestly can't blame him. Now keep that Lakers drama in mind because it's about to make what Phoenix just did look either really smart or absolutely reckless. But before we get to that, we need to talk about what Phoenix is even trying to do after trading Kevin Durant. 3 months before trading Kevin Durant, delusional Phoenix Suns owner Matt Ishbia came out and said, "You think I'm going to go for 7 years and try to get there? You enjoy the 2030 draft picks that we have holding. I want to try to see the game today. I want us to win today," implying that he has no intention of rebuilding. Rather, he wants to retool and try to compete today. And that's where this gets really interesting. Remember I told you that Phoenix used that 10th pick from the Durant trade? They drafted Kaman Malik from Duke, another 7-footer, another center, and another Duke product just like Mark Williams. Malik is 7.
They got 2 7-footers from Duke. They just need a power forward. Dylan Brooks is not a power forward. You bring Bradley Beal and Dylan Brooks off the bench. You get you a point guard. You bring in Russell Westbrook. Oh yeah, Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal, Dylan Brooks off the bench. You get you you let Jalen Green run the point. You got Jalen Green run the point. You got. Wait, let me see. Hold on, let me think about it.
6'2" with a 7'6" wingspan and shot 71.2% from the field at Duke. Scouts are comparing him to Rudy Gobert and DeAndre Jordan. One anonymous scout said that Malik already may be a better defender than Mark Williams will ever be. So now Phoenix has 2 young centers from Duke, and I'm about to tell you exactly why this could be the smartest thing they've ever done. But first, let's break down why Charlotte was so ready to move on from a 23-year-old who could be a future All-Star. Here's the thing about Charlotte's situation. After the Lakers trade fell through, Sports Illustrated reported that Williams' future was basically the headline of their entire offseason. They had
Okay, I got it. You start Mark Williams. Your point guard, Jalen Green. 2 guard, Devin Booker. You go get a 3 and a 4. Or you start Dylan Brooks. They need one more piece. They need like 4 more pieces.
a logjam at center. They couldn't trust his health, and they needed draft capital. Williams is making $6.28 million this year and becomes a restricted free agent in 2027. Charlotte was looking at potentially having to pay big money for a guy who's missed more than half of his career games. And guys, those injury concerns are real. In the 2022 to 2023 season, Williams had multiple ankle sprains, a dislocated thumb, and only played 43 games. The very next year, a back injury ended his season after just 19 games. And this past year, he had to miss the first 20 games due to a strained foot tendon and had load management. So what does this mean for both teams' salary cap situations? Well, even after trading Kevin Durant, Phoenix is still massively over the second apron. The Phoenix Suns salary cap now stands at $256.6 million following the Kevin Durant trade. The KD trade barely helped because they took back $54 million in salary with Green and Brooks for Kevin Durant Durant's $54.7 million. Phoenix still has more salary commitments for the 2025-26 season than any other team, but Charlotte, they just created $26.8 million in cap space for next summer. They can now go after pretty much any free agent they want. So what are the experts saying? Well, one anonymous NBA executive told
Melo, Giannis, Brandon Miller. Woo-wee!
ESPN that of all the things that happened today, this one is the one that stunned me the most. Another exec said that Mark Williams has a lot of upside, but health is the biggest question mark. Now here's what I really think is happening here. Phoenix is making a bet that with better players like Devin Booker, Jalen Green, even Bradley Beal, maybe, Mark Williams is going to be more valuable than he ever could have been in Charlotte. The Suns are projected to win 42 to 45 games with Williams healthy, according to ESPN's analysis, compared to 38 and 41 without it. That's a significant jump. And as a result of that, for Phoenix, I'm giving this trade a B+, primarily because they desperately needed an elite pick and roll target for Devin Booker and immediate defensive impact. The risk is obvious, but the reward could be huge. Plus, they drafted an insurance policy with the 10th overall pick. For Charlotte, I'm giving this an A. They turned an injury-prone asset into valuable draft capital. That 2029
They can go get James Harden. They can get James Harden in Phoenix. James Harden, Devin Booker. They'll take their point guard spot. Because James Harden, point guard, and they just need a small forward. They can get a small forward for the low.
first round pick could be lottery level if Phoenix's window closes by then. Remember, Booker will be 34 that year, and they just traded Kevin Durant. Now let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this trade? What are your grades for this trade? Do you agree with what Phoenix is doing, or do you think they just made a horrific mistake? Aside from that, we have a completely separate video on the biggest winners and losers of the NBA draft. I'm gonna leave a link to that in the end screen, and I'll meet you guys there. I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.
Man, Phoenix, I like Phoenix next year. They just need a couple more pieces, man. They between Bradley Beal, Jalen Green, and Devin Booker, all you need is like a couple pieces. You already got Mark Williams. He gonna get you 10 boards. Just get another power forward that all he want to do is get boards and catch oops. Yeah, bro. I like that. But with that being said, I am your host, Pitch Black. Like, comment, subscribe, share the vibe. Let me know how I did. Peace.